So we've gotten our first update for Motogp 25, and I'm glad to say a lot of the community's issues that have been mentioned over and over again have been resolved already in the first patch of the game cycle. Today we're going to quickly run through the changelog, have a quick look at some of the features they have changed and see is an improvement. I'd imagine there is a lot of it just little bug patches that really have kind of slipped through the cracks on launch week. So already we're a week out from launch and we've got our first update, so again props to them. As you'll see in a second, the first one is all the riders and bikes of the Moto2 and Moto3 Championship have been updated to 25 season. Long ago, back in the day, you could wait up to a month for them to be updated. So again, I tip my hat to Milestone. Fair play lads in Italy in Milestone. That's very good that we have the up-to-date classes already. I know a lot of people give out not on launch, but I have a bit more forgiveness, I suppose is the wrong word, but I'm a bit more lenient when it comes to that because I understand how hard it is to make these games. So again, I'm not too pushy about it. Fixed issues with the vibration of the DualSense not working on PC. So a lot of people, including Dr. Ace, have been having huge issues with that. It's a bit of a slight worry that they didn't mention that any Xbox controllers are happening, because it happened to me as well on an Xbox controller through PC. So that's a bit of a worry that it's just DualSense, which is of course the PlayStation first party controller. Improved vibration of the triggers of the DualSense on PS5. Now the controller should give more precise feedback while riding the bike. So again, vibration fix on PS5. So again, can't test that today, unfortunately. Let's hope it has been adjusted and fixed correctly. Extended the duration of the timer at the end of a race-off event. This was a massive oversight for me. At the end of the race-off events, which is the mini bikes, the motard and the flat track, you had 5 seconds to finish after the winner went across the line. So that was a huge mistake from them. But again, fair play. They've noticed it and they fixed it. So again, props to Milestone. Resolved an issue with graphics on the Premier Promax structure. So I think maybe some of the graphics carried over from the previous team. So maybe it was Pramac, Ducati or whatever. So I don't really sure what that is. Resolved a problem with assisted electronics on Moto2 and Moto3, so probably some of the electronics weren't working correctly. Again, these small little things a lot of people mightn't have even noticed. Maybe a couple hundred people might have reported, but at least it's getting fixed. It's always good, the more things the merrier. Fine tuning of the fuel consumption in Moto3, so again, probably a small little bug. I've yet to actually see anything with that, to be honest. Updated the main sponsor and some GP, so again, a little just kind of housekeeping really. Fixed the minor issues on the GP riders and bikes, so again probably slight sponsors have changed since their first kind of run over of doing all the deliveries. And fixed the Balaton Park podium, of course that was coming up saying Grand Prix of Czechia on the podium, and of course it was in Hungary. So again, fair play to them, spotted it and it is fixed. So we're going to jump in, we're going to ride the bikes, because if you watch me for any period of time, I'm always skeptical when Milestone update the game. Do they ever change the physics? Because they never say they change the physics, but every time they update the game, I feel the physics feel different. Now that could be me being bit of a crazy person thinking that they always change, but I always feel like they do play a little different after these updates. And the big thing I want to see is the vibration different even for me on the Xbox controller on PC? So let's jump over now to the game and see what has changed. So I've quickly flicked through the Motogp riders, and to be honest, the only thing I see different is Jorge Martin's numbers change from yellow, kind of the gold, to the white. Don't really see anything else. So that's all I can see in Motogp. Now again, there's people out there who are a lot more in depth in terms of what sponsor was where, and they'll know, so there's probably more changes, but that's all I can see. Now we're going to go to the Moto2 teams and just have a quick look through. Again, we have the up-to-date one, so again everything looks a bit more polished and clean. So Dynavolt so far, and again they all look pretty decent. Sergio Garcia, can't even say we've seen him this year on that bike, but again the liveries look pretty good so far, what we've seen. So again, they've done a decent job having the liveries in so fast. It's crazy to get like all these done in the first week, considering we used to have to wait a month. But again, we pretty much have everything here, so I love this livery as well, by the way. What a beautiful livery. I remember when I saw this first, camera's broken. When I first saw this, it was really cool. And I actually could have rode for this team in career mode, but I chose not to. Maybe regretting it now. Let's actually see what does RW Racing look like. Where is Zonta? Yeah, so it's a bit more blue. But yeah, not as bad as I thought. Still probably prefer the old one, but anyway, let's jump now to Moto3. And we have some very good ones, so it's not really much else to look at. Just a quick look at these liveries that they've put into the game. So again, the Almanza and Fernandez, the easiest liveries of the year with the Leopard. You have Carpe, Rueda, Piqueras, and Yamanaka on the KTMs. I love that livery. It's really nice that they kind of have the same sponsors, Moto 3 and Moto 2. Kelso and Bertelli and MTA, Versata and Boasri. And they had the Team Asia. Don't like the kind of sat in front of that, to be honest. Got the two Italians next to Letta and Napa. The Tech 3 boys look really red, like really aggressively orange, which I like. It's kind of a different look to the factory team slightly. That looks much more, I suppose a lot more white on it is actually the difference. Really, until you see them up close like this, you don't really make them out. I suppose there's white on that as well. This one just looks more, I wonder is it the trellis frame being red on that and not on this one? Nope, it's the same on that one. Just a slightly different livery, but looks a lot nicer on this one. Peroni again, same thing. Ricky Rossi, Fabio Caro. I like that a lot as well. Teammate with Ogden, and then you have Noah, and then you have the few at the back, and then you have the MLAV squad, which is rumored to drop off the grid, unfortunately, in the next couple of years. To be honest, right, I haven't seen a lot of these liveries up close because you don't always get to see them on track. Here we are with Maxi, the superstar up and coming. Anyway, it is time now, and I'm firstly going to do something. I'm going to take a Moto 2 bike, do a quick lap somewhere and see is the vibration any better, because that's one thing at the moment. Moto 2 bikes have no vibration. And since we've started career mode in Moto 2, I really hope it's fixed, because that is a bit of a game breaker at the moment for me in my first race. It was really difficult to battle only 100% AI when I had absolutely no front end feel, and I was basically picking the bike up and hoping I was driving out and not actually feeling anything. So we've decided to take the tattooed man Aaron Cana to Mugello. Here we go, onto track. So there's a vibration immediately from the gear changes and stuff. But let's see, once we get control of the bike, through Carntaio into Biondetti 1 and then followed by Biondetti 2. There we go. I have control, please give me a vibration. Yes! Milestone, ye heroes. I have vibration into the corner. Chat, this is good. Still don't feel much from the rear, which is a bit interesting, but at the moment I was heavily front limited. This is such a nice livery as well, by the way. But I just want to get into the first sector here with Mugello and see. Now the game doesn't feel any different, other than the fact I have vibration on a Moto 2 bike. Oh, this is one of my favourite classes. Moto 2 is always really well done by my opinion, so now the fact, oh yes, I have vibration from the rear, this is good. Boys, we're so back. Yeah, this feels good. I like this a lot. GG Milestone, you've fixed it. I love it. Shame I still can't play the game very well, but oh yes, I feel so much. So it's a bit like the GP class now where I have a lot of feeling, so I'm pretty happy. But at least that little test is done. We are going to take a GP bike around the race right now and see does it feel any different. See if I notice anything different at all. So again, let's jump now to the next track. So I've decided to take the French boy to France. Of course, we have Le Mans this weekend. And one thing I have noticed is delivery doesn't look any different in the pits. And this looks really dark in game. So in real life it looks so much more blue than is seemingly in the game now. Go to photo mode, let's see what it's like under the light. It still looks way too dark. Now, I think in real life these kind of suppose they're like pearlescent here on the bike. They're much more reflective of light, which I think is just a downside of the game that doesn't seem to reflect the light as much. Because his letters look pretty decent, but the bike just seems like really, really dark. But we'll see now once we do a few laps whether the physics have changed at all. So we've done half a lap, we made it to Garage Bear, and feels exactly the same. Now unfortunately my right device is back on automatic, which has been a glitch and bug I've been having with my assist keeper setting. So that's a bit annoying, but we'll try again. It's just been updated, so maybe the game had a little small mini reset. Like my right device is down in Shimano buff, so yeah, that's wrong. That should not be happening. So hopefully I can fix that. I thought I fixed it in my last video as Marini with the adaptive VI one, but that clearly didn't happen because now it's back on, which is annoying to be said the least, because rider device is very important, and I believe the rider should have to control everything and not have anything on the assist. So it's a bit annoying when it does it, but to be honest, right, I think that's probably it for today's video. I'm eager to get career mode episode 1 out, as it's already recorded. I just need to edit it, but I wanted to get a video out today just on the fact that the game was updated and see how the physics changed, has anything I could see visibly changed for better or for worse. And I must say, fair play to them again for fixing the vibration quickly. Obviously it wasn't probably easy to dive into the code and fix a vibration issue with only certain controllers on certain platforms, so again, props to them for that. And only a week from launch, having the 3 class now up to date is really good. So again, really happy with that. And of course, I can't not forget the Moto 2 having vibration. That was an amazing deal for me. It really kind of spices up my career mode going forward. But chat, that is where we're going to leave it. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and I should catch you in a future Motogp 25 video in the not so distant future, maybe even the coming days. How about that? Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Slán go fóill buachaillí.